All right, guys, we got the man himself, Josh Gavin, for day 11. So I did kind of get some like personal coaching a little bit from Josh, but now I just want to ask some more general type of questions here that could help myself and you guys. So Josh, ready to dive into things?
Yeah, dude. Was not ready for a little podcast interview, but I'm excited. It's been good. Sometimes the best stuff comes on the spur of the moment. So I appreciate you willing to take time from your consulting call, which you got as a bonus for joining and giving it to your people who are watching. So shout out you for being willing to take up this time to give back to other people. Let's run it.
Yeah, we definitely just roped him into this. But hey, he said yes, so we're gonna
Hey,
go
dude.
for it.
Shout out you, man. Just giving people better take this and consume it. You're not going to find anywhere else. So it'll be good.
Awesome. So I think the main thing that myself and everyone wants to know is right now in,
Mhm.
July 9th, 2025,
Yeah.
what is the best way to get offer publishing clients?
Yeah.
But if you were starting from nothing, right? No network,
Yeah.
no testimonial, stuff like that.
I think the most direct way to get a quick response and to just get feedback, if you're more like you want instant, you want a more direct response, it's going to be some sort of cold approach. Now, obviously, everyone's like, I hate cold outreach. I don't do cold outreach. I'm like, dude, I know. I also didn't like cold outreach,
Yeah.
but I had to do it. Like when I was 14 years old and I started my agency, I had to do cold messaging on Facebook pages because I didn't have a phone. Back then, Ty Lopez and Iman were only teaching us how to do freaking cold calls, and I didn't have a phone. And so I had to do it. And I eventually launched a program called Cold Messaging Kings, which you guys can look it up. People resell it to this day. And I like got dialed in on that. And I didn't like it, but I had to do it because I didn't, you have to cover options. You do that or you do these other ways that may take a little more time, more relationship building. So I think that's the best way to get a direct response. Now, I am in favor of I'm a big fan of like finding a dream partner. Like a lot of people get this game confused with what they were doing in client work, where it's like more clients equal more money. In this game, it's not really more partners equal more money. It should be high quality partners. Like one good partner should make you more than 10 clients combined. It should be enough to sustain you forever. I mean, my buddy Ryan Clogg and Luke Kish
Goats.
over at
Goats.
Warrior Babe. Luke Kish shared an interview on my channel how he found the lady at the gym, Nikki, who's the face of the brand, and he's like, "Yo, let's do something together." Publishes her, and just the other day, I talked to Ryan. I was like, "Yesterday, did like $200,000 in one day." It's like he's not. Luke didn't go out and find a bunch of partners. He found one really good one. Doug, another guy I interviewed on my channel, another publisher. He has one person who was a nobody. He wasn't even big. Didn't have a big audience. He's doing $50,000 a day with a low ticket offer, no high ticket on the back end, one partner. So the goal isn't like to keep going and get a bunch of people. So I see a lot of people in the program where it's like, I only got one partner. Like, what should I fix my call outreach? I'm trying to get more. I'm like, what the frick? Like, go focus on the one person. Like,
Yeah.
you got the win. Like, the goal is to get a good partner and then not do outreach and just focus on them. And then if you want to keep deal flow coming, if you just like that, then sure. But don't be like beating yourself up if you're not there. So the other ways I like personally just more like personal network. Like we talked about, like just asking people. So, sales managers, know a lot of people, setters, closers, they're all connected to all these offer owners that we have no idea exist because they're like gone through a lot of jobs. So they can refer a lot of people. My accountant has referred me people. So I just like go to these people who are like adjacent to me and still work with my audience and say, hey, do you know anybody or do you have any clients in this space who would be interested in it? And then they're like, yeah, I know this person. So that's a really good way too, as well. And then also like just going, like one of my things I did a lot on Facebook is like add friends from Facebook groups and then make a post on my personal page saying like, hey, I'm curious this as a service to test. Like I'm looking to build winning offer to send people to someone's existing back end offer in these markets. Like, is anyone interested in getting high ticket clients for free? And yeah, I am. And just like doing inbound leads that way. Podcasting. Like, I don't know why somebody hasn't done this yet, but WAP literally has a freaking uh, a marketplace of all their successful offers. Like, I'd be going to these people who have successful WAPs right now and are making decent money, trying to interview them on my channel using WAP's name and logo on my thumbnails to attract traffic to then attract people who are looking to make money on WAP. Because a lot of creators are like, how do I make money on WAP? Or they're coming from school and, going there and just like dominating that space. Or like, I remember I'm big on like being in communities. So when school first launched, I was like one of the first like 100 beta testers. And
Nice.
I just started positioning myself there. And so I was like, let me just become better known in the school group. Now, I don't do anything there anymore. I'm just not, it's too crowded. Like there's a bunch of people there. But school literally has a whole library of freaking people who would love to be published and they have their catalogs there and they're all struggling with recurring revenue because that's like a dumbest thing to do in info is have low ticket recurring info. And so all those people now want to get back to high ticket or annual or all this. And so they're more open to be published. So I would just go to them, and we talked about this before, but and we talked about this in 3.0, but like we're approaching what I call the tipping point where these existing high ticket or recurring businesses realize they need low ticket front end offers to scale or a catalog of them, but they have no idea how to set them up in a multi-step funnel. They're too lazy to do, hence why they would do a call funnel or a freaking school group and an about you page. And so it's so easy for me to go to people now. Like we just signed a back pay coach who had a school group, and we're like, dude, like we'll publish you, and we're gonna own the front end funnel. We're gonna own all the accounts for that. We're gonna own the ad, like we're own all the front end, and we're gonna invest our own time and resources into the front end, and then we're going to, send traffic to your back end offers, and we want this percentage from your back end offers. Are you down? And he's like, yeah, 100%. And then it's nice because we own it, we control it. So like even today, like we're doing stuff with like feedback, and it's like we don't necessarily need to. It's not like client work where they have a say and whatever. It's like, hey, do you want clients or not? Like we're gonna take control and run it all, and we own it. And so we do it that way. And then the nice thing is with our model, we work with people with existing audiences. So we're not publishing nobodies. We're trying to go with somebody with some sort of audience. So I can even go to a person and say, hey, I'll fund ads. Like I'll literally pay out of pocket for the ads. But what we're going to do is we're going to launch the organic audience first. I'm going to take my cut instead of me taking and using it for my own expenses. I'm going to put it back into ads and continue to run it. Plus they can decide if they want to put their cut into it to really grow it. And so I'm still doing what I said, where I'm going to be investing my own money. I am investing my own money, but I'm going to bankroll it from the organic launch. Now at my level, now that I have cash flow and other deals coming in, some deals I'll just pay out of pocket because I have money coming in from other offers. So that's like the next level of it, where you can legit, like if we sign a partner, we're actually just going to, use our own credit card, run ads from the get-go and do it that way. So I think the big opportunity now as well, like the fastest way, would just go with someone who's existing high ticket offer to publish the front end catalog of low ticket products to their back end. They don't necessarily need to be created by that person. Like we have someone in our program who made a low tier product with Lovable, the AI tool, and they had the creator be the spokesperson for it, but then the publisher owned the product and the funnel, and now they're running it, and she can literally just change out who the spokesperson is and publish anybody with it. So there's just a couple different ways in that I think somebody could go and get a first partner.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a mindset shift of, okay, let me get a bunch of clients that are making me like X per month, to, okay, if I land a client and they have social proof. This is what the big guys are doing too, like Ty Lopez and those guys.
Yeah.
Like they have the brand so that when they spend on paid, it amplifies the like each point of the funnel, and you get higher returns. So it's really interesting.
The trust you get with it, the authority you get as a publisher. Like we had ClickFunnels hitting us up, and they're doing launch coming up, and they're like, yo, I know you work with these big names, like can you get them on our launch, or we'd love to have them there, this and that. Like you have leverage now because you have, like, even if it's not huge names, like it doesn't need to be someone huge, but then like when you're talking about what you do, you can say, oh yeah, one of my people I publish is so and so, and even if they have a couple 100,000 on Instagram, it's still like, oh shoot, like that's pretty legit. And so a lot of times you do client work, they make you sign NDAs, and you can't even talk about who you worked with. You can't share the results. They want to keep that to themselves. So it doesn't really help you level up. People think, oh, I'm gonna get a client, then I'll get a win, and I could share it, I could get more clients. But then the client like gatekeeps it and then fires you and takes you out of the account, and then you can't share it. So it's like, well, that didn't work.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Publishing, I can say as much as I want. Like in our program, we document, like I'll share who our people are, their names, what the funnel we're doing. Like obviously I'll gate some information, but I can talk about names and who we're working with all day long and who we've signed, and then that gives just status to go get more deals.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like social proof that they give to you just for you signing them. And then, so in the program, you do have a checklist that goes through everything that you'd want to see with a creator. And I think there's like 18 or 15 things, I can't remember. But I just want to know, so for someone that's starting out, what are maybe the top like 1 to 3 things that you look for? Is it follower number? Is it engagement rate? Is it average views per video? What is it?
For sure. I think the initial things when you're just prospecting is like, are they actively posting? Are they committed? Are they driven? Like, if they haven't posted in like months, I'm not going to work with them. They don't give a crap. Like they're not trying to grow. Like I want to see someone who's like daily stories, a post every other day. They're on YouTube. Like I want to see someone who's still trying to grow their business because there's a lot of people that faded out. They gave up when things got hard. They kind of are done. And sure, they'll say yes to you in a partnership because they think you're going to save their business, but they're not going to give you 100%. Like my recent partner we signed, the back pain one, like he's so motivated. He's like, he has a goal. He like wants to make this much. So he can fly his family from out of country into country and take him on this trip. And he's like going, he's like, we're grinding. Like he's so locked in. And that's awesome. Another one of my first partners, they were having their whole thing is like, they want to have a baby. And so like, we need to automate this and scale this so we can have our baby and chill.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to see that. So it's like, personality, but you can tell someone's personality based on like, are they actively grinding, posting, and doing it. So I think that's the biggest thing. And then more on personality, it's less like metrics. I think the metrics just give you a good rule of thumb because some people can't like sense or feel out a vibe of personality like I can after doing so many deals. And so we try to give metrics to try to identify what's up with the personality. But I want somebody who is good on camera, someone who's like can do ads, can do VSLs, can like be on camera. So that's why it's nice if they're a YouTuber. Or like our back painter, he's really active on Instagram. He does a lot of content and reels, and he's super good on camera. So we sent him the VSL script today. I don't have to coach him through how to record it, and he already has an editor who edits his VSL, so that's also sick. So we didn't have to, do that.
Yeah.
So that's really what I look for, and then obviously like minimum audience size. It depends on the platform. It's like I've done launches on Facebook, like Facebook profiles with 5,000 friends. I've done hundreds of thousands of dollars in 1 week, or a Facebook group with 8,000 members that has done $200,000 in a single week, or right. So I think like with Facebook, you can get away with someone having a lower count, like nothing less than like 5,000. Instagram, I want someone that's like over 100,000. I think again, this is if you want to start off out the gate with someone who has like more audience to validate stuff with. But again, there's publishers who we take people from we have nothing and build $1 million businesses. So don't hear it as like we have to get someone who's super big. It's like you can get someone who's small. It's just there's pros and cons. Like the reason why we say, hey, maybe start with someone who has an audience is because then you don't have to front the ad spend, which is a lot of people like, oh, I can't do offer publishing because I can't pay for ads. I'm like, well, then just work with the existing audience. So yes, that skews the TAM of who you can partner with, but it's like, which one are you going to choose? You're going to compete for the TAM or are you going to pay for ads? Like you can't pay for ads, you have to do this.
Yeah.
No, just accept it. That's just how it's going to be. And so minimum on Instagram would be like nice on 100. Like our back pain is 200. That's fine. We're going right to ads. Like we'll do a little bit organic, but like we're trying to build something for ads. And then for let's say like newsletters, obviously you can email like simple newsletters. You just want to see like, hey, do they have like 10,000 active openers? What a TikTok I don't touch. I don't touch TikTok creators. I don't even touch them. YouTube, like if it's B2B, if they even have like 5,000 subscribers, that'd be great. If they're selling B2B because it's like high ticket and a lot of people crush it there. And then B2C, I want to see a channel that's getting at least like 1,000+ views a video consistently. So
But
I
long
want
form, right? Not shorts.
yeah, not shorts. Don't be like short. No, like no one's don't do shorts. If anyone's just competing on shorts, or if it's an entertainment creator, not like if you're trying to work with someone who's known for like vlogging, entertaining, being funny, like though the audience is not following them because they see them as an expert or as a guru. They're following them because they're entertaining.
Yep.
And so it's pretty hard in the audience. Like we've seen it happen where entertainers try to introduce info and sell a course. Their audience gets pissed because like I didn't come here to get sold. I came here to be entertained. So you have to. There's a way you can do it, but I just don't even try to mess with it. I try to find someone who's in health, wealth, or relationships that or has a component of their brand where they like to share their values and like what is they like to do, like even if it's somebody who is very like lifestyle focused, but a large like portion of their content is like sharing information on their food and their diet and stuff like that, or how to avoid microplastics, blah blah blah, like that. At least we know their audience is there for some sort of education. So we want like educational creators, not entertainers.
Awesome. So let's say you are working with someone that has more of a small following. We'll say
Yeah.
we'll say maybe 5K average views on YouTube. So how do you know if this person, like, let's say, you launched their funnel, you're doing
Yeah.
average, let's say you rack in like anywhere from 10 to
Mhm.
40K upon launch.
Yeah.
How do you know, okay, this is worth investing ads, or hey, we need to come out with a new offer?
I would just go like just see what ads tell you. Like obviously we know we have some validation, so like we can go and add some confidence. Like okay, people have bought this. There's a chance someone would again. Obviously, some people like to say organic is a false signal for paid, but I don't really believe in that because a lot of times the best ads are when you take an organic format and then you run it as an ad.
Yeah.
And same with like an offer. It's like people still there's still core desires of why someone bought organically, not just buying it just because they know the creator. There's more to it. Like they have to still see value in the product. So I would just go right to ads and just be like, hey, I'm gonna pick a number that you're willing to lose and just like kind of go into the casino. Like when I go into my ads manager, I'm going into the casino. Like I'm not even joking. I'm like, all right, like I told our media buyer last month, I'm like, hey dude, I'm willing to lose $30,000 in the casino. So like spend it as fast or as slow as you want. But this month we're losing $30,000 in the casino and we might hit big. And we just go into it like as a line item. So for when you're starting out, when we're newer, it's like $100 a day. And so it's like, $3,100 a month, 31 days of the month, right? So like, hey, we're gonna spend 3,000 of this launch that we did on ads, and we're just gonna go in the casino and well, let's say we break even, great. Let's say we lost we lost half of it, but we liquidated, and we got half of it back. It's like, hey, that's still not that bad. We only lost 1,500 then, and now we have a bunch of customers we can sell more stuff to, so we have a chance to send them.
Yeah.
And so I don't look at it as like a loss. Like there's always a gain from it, or maybe we like 2x it, or like it just crushes and we're chilling. So either way, let's say you burn it all like your launch money on ads. Well, then what we did is like we would just launch a new product organically to the audience and like stock up cash in and then go back to ads. So
Yeah.
yeah, the organic there is kind of like your saving grace.
Yeah, nowadays, I mean, I learned this from working at King Kong, like, especially in ecom, like low ticket ecom, breaking even is actually good because
Yeah.
nowadays, like, the whole goal is just to get the lowest CPA possible, acquire a customer, and then
Yep.
upsell them or, ascend them as much as you possibly can. And if you even get like, let's say 10% of those people to a high ticket offer, that's potentially thousands or tens of thousands of dollars.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. So that's the thing where it's like, even if I am like, we do an offer where I'm keeping like, let's say we're doing a low ticket build. This one is an existing high ticket. I am going to keep 100% of the front end because I'm going to put it all back into ads. And so I just have to run at a break even or a slight loss. And on the back end, like we'll usually get like, 30 to 50% of the back end deals that come from that low ticket funnel. And so that's why I love it. Like if you can get the low ticket funnel into KPI and in the right numbers, it's like the best funnel you can run because your CPA is going to go down. And obviously you're not going to be at you're not always guaranteed to break even, but you're getting at least something back. So it's better than running like a call funnel where your sales cycle is longer and not everyone's qualified. You can't sell to everybody. It's like only the specific market. So yeah, it's a good model to start with.
Awesome. Do you have a go-to format right now for your actual offers for clients? So like,
Yeah.
mini course, challenge funnel, anything like that?
Usually it's just like it depends how we frame it, but it's usually $27 product. You can either frame it as like a workshop, you can frame it as a 24-hour challenge. I don't like to say mini course. It implies like because then people get to the back end, they're on the sales call. It's like I'm gonna go through the course first, and then I'll come to the back end.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to do that because it just dilutes. Whereas like a workshop or a master class, it's very clear that it's like just a piece of the whole pie, and people are okay with it. So I think like workshops are good, master classes are good, and it's just usually like a hour or it's usually like 2 to 3 hours worth of content, and then bonuses that come with it.
Yeah. Got
So
it.
you can chop it up, you can put it all together. Depends. It's whatever you want. One of my guys, one of the best ones, he just did a Loom video over Google Docs for like an hour and a half.
There you go. Hey, if it's valuable, then it's
Yeah,
valuable.
if it gets a result, like that's all they care about, and it's faster on the watch. So
Yeah. With that being said, so let's say over the next, I don't know, 1 to 3 years,
mhm.
do you think we're still going to be selling the same products? Do you see anything that's like kind of new and emerging on the market right now?
Yeah, next meta is not info. It's like AI wrappers. That's like instead of going to a course, you're just going to go into, and then the AI does all the thinking for you, and then there's support on how to use the AI on top of it. So like one of the biggest offers I know out there right now that we consulted on they have AI wrapper as a $25,000, and it's like AI wrapper, and then there's or they actually have dev teams, but it's pretty much, it's usually you're connecting to ChatGPT or
Yeah.
OpenAI's somewhere API, right? We all know that.
Yeah.
But then there's education that comes with it and really good support. So I think it's flipping where, because the whole thing is like make it easy for your customers. So what makes it easier is like you don't even have to watch a course, like you just use the AI to do it. So I think that's the next meta. Is one way people can compete is like just look at successful high ticket offers that are out there right now that are in group coaching and just strictly coaching, and then just add AI to that and relaunch as your own. And it's like your offer is already better than theirs, and the coaching is free with it. So then think you already see group coaching being worth $5K, $10,000, and you're saying it's free now, and you just have to pay for the software.
Yeah.
It's just like ClickFunnels. That's what made them super big. They had the software plus the education, and now everyone can own their own software, and developers can make stuff really cheap.
Yeah. That does make a lot of sense. You don't think that a whole AI thing is getting a little bit played out, or no?
No, it's getting like it's crazy. I don't know. Like I think it's getting like. What do you mean I played out though?
A lot of people when they hear like, "Hey, get our AI B2B SaaS," right? They go,
Yeah.
it's just another shitty software that I'm going to use for maybe a day and then cancel the free trial." Like, you think people still view AI highly in the marketplace right now?
Yeah, for sure. I think it depends on like what it's doing. Like I think about like Poppy AI. Have you used that at all?
I've not.
It's like it's pretty much consolidating other AIs. So it's like Claude's in it, ChatGPT's in it. It's very clear on that. But instead of you like they just solved one little problem where it's like with let's say you're trying to use Claude for a custom project, you got to like go to your Google Docs and copy and paste it, upload it to there, or you
Yeah.
put everything in a Claude project, and then you're trying to type to that project, but you don't know, is it pulling from everything or just one thing, or how do you call out, I just want you to pull from this one thing I put into your project. So they pretty much blended Figma, Google Drive, plus Claude and ChatGPT, and like transcription, everything, where it's like it's just all in one spot, and you just like draw the lines, connect to what sources you want it to pull from,
Yeah.
and how. So it's like that's super useful because they're in that. There's like always every new solution creates a new problem, and ChatGPT solved a ton of new stuff, and then there's a new problem where it's like pulling like then Poppy AI comes out, they solve that, and it's like a really successful software company. And there's it just obviously you just have to pick good problems to solve, painful problems to solve with AI, and people will pay for it. And if you're just solving dumb basic ones, then yeah, maybe it's not going to be as attractive of a service or an offer.
Yeah, and that just shows, guys, like if you look at ChatGPT and AI as like, oh, it's taking away opportunities, like Josh just laid out, yeah, it
Yeah,
took away this opportunity, but then it created two more and
yeah,
something
dude,
different.
you can go to developer. We did this. One of our deals. We didn't. We're not. It's not done, but we were like, dude, we should make an AI wrapper, like a software on the back end for this high ticket offer for this expert. And so we went to developers like, hey, do you want to have a testimonial from this celebrity, this creator? Like, you should build us an AI wrapper, and then like we'll either do first dollar back to a certain amount, or we'll just do it for free, and then we'll give you a case study. And they were down like, dude, yeah, they just wanted the testimonial and say like they helped build it, and it's really easy for them to do it.
Yeah.
So like you can you can go to creators now and say like I'll publish like an AI software for you. Like I think that's another meta of publishing too, is like just go out there and say you're going to go do that, and then find a fulfillment dev who's going to do it, and then now all these creators can own their own software. We look at masterclass.com. Their new thing now is they turned all their experts into AI agents that you can call. So it's like call Mark Cuban, talk to him whenever you want.
Yeah.
So like they're doing it. They're publishing AI assistants for celebrities now.
That's
So
crazy, bro. I
that's
didn't know
another
that.
meta.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like that's the next meta of it. And so like finding ways to tie it into products now is even as simple as like custom GPTs or just something, just starting to get good at like adding those into info offers is going to be huge. And then I think low ticket offers on the front end would like, like AppSumo, you remember those? Like they sell like software startups, like lifetime deals, like $67 and you get lifetime access to like this micro
I
SaaS.
do remember that. I think they're gone though.
Yeah. So one thing I think is going to come back those with AI wrappers is like front end low ticket offers, because instead of a course or master class is just like get this AI tool that's going to get this one outcome, and it's like 67 or 40 $27 lifetime, and
Yeah.
you sell that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's really huge.
So when I worked at King Kong, which is Sabri Subi's agency, they made an AI copywriter, and it was I think 100 a month, and it was based on all of the company's best copy. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you can go get like ChatGPT copywriter AI
Yep.
whatever for free, or you can pay $100 a month and literally get something that's done like $8 billion in sales, like the
Yeah.
copy from that. So that there's value in that, which makes
Yeah.
sense. So
Yeah.
it
The
depends how
AI,
you
like,
like position it, I think.
yeah, it's like the data. It's all based on like the data feed in the AI. Because like AI just as AI is invaluable, but if you attach data to it, like what's sourcing or like populating inside that chat feed, that's where people are like, holy crap. Because and then you're in a data business. Like data is some of the most like valuable things. And so
Yeah.
the moat then becomes who has the best data that's like gonna work. And so yeah, that's what you can get from this.
Yeah. Speaking of data, I do want to kind of go through the like let's say an average paid funnel or organic funnel. So I want to talk about each point in the funnel and then kind of get what you look for and KPIs if you want to share this. So
Yeah,
like
I
if
can do
I
paid.
launch a paid ad, let's say on Meta ads, right?
Yep.
So a click through rate. So someone to get them to the landing page, what do you like to see?
Okay, paid ads, click through rates, landing page, 1.5
Okay, so
outbound.
link click through rate,
Yeah, like
1.5.
1.5 basic. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're at a 1.2, you cut that off.
I mean, I wouldn't say I cut it off. I want to see what's my CPA. Like usually what I'm looking at is like, is my CPA on this ad for a low ticket purchase like 1.5 times my average order value. Like as long as it's
Yeah.
below that, I'm fine. Like I'm down to be like a 0.5 loss on my AOV.
Okay, cool. And then so let's say they do get to your landing page. Do you try to get a certain CVR on that?
Yeah, low ticket, like 5% of page views to purchase my low ticket offer, and
Mm-hmm.
then 40% plus to take my bumps. Upsell one would be 20%, upsell two would be 15%, downsells, I don't really, they're always different, I don't really care. And then I want to ascend 3% of my front end buyers to my back end offer.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that 3% is like the key to actually being profitable, right?
Yeah, you could do, I've seen some at one, it's usually like 1 to 3%.
Yeah, got it. Awesome. With that being said, is there any industries or niches or things that you think are being slept on right now? Or a lot of people, they kind of like
Yeah.
niche hop. Does that actually matter?
I think the slept on thing is genders and languages.
Ah,
So,
languages is interesting, actually. I haven't
oh
heard
yeah,
that.
Latin America cost per click is so cheap. There's money, and I know people selling high ticket Latin America, Latin, even across the world is Latin speaking people, Spanish speaking, big, like literally just people taking English offers, bring them to a different country, different language, different segment of the market, and just milking it. Female, super slept on in a lot of industries, especially in like biz op or business development. Like one of the most underserved demographics is the female space. So if you just want to publish, go to somebody who has an existing, like let's say you speak Spanish, all right, and you go to, or even if you don't, go to someone who has an English speaking offer. Say, hey, I'm gonna kind of license your offer. I'll pay you a percentage, and we're gonna publish this into the Spanish speaking market. And I just want my cut. All right, bet. And then to them, it's just extra money and demographic they would never reach.
Yeah, literally.
So, and then you just translate, and then we have AI that can transcribe and dub, and like, so now we can just like take their course videos and just dub them. Their copy on their pages, AI just instantly rewrites in Spanish. So,
Damn, this is some
yeah,
next level stuff right here, guys. Honestly, like if someone were to do
like
this successfully,
there's
this
so many,
is millions and millions of
yeah,
dollars
people are
potentially.
doing it. Like people are doing it. Like I know a dude who had a $10 million a year coaching company, and on the side he started publishing a woman in the female space, just super adjacent, random offer, and they're already up to like 5K a day and spend a 2.5x return with a $250 product, no back end,
Wow.
and they're going all in on that now. And just because it's underserved market, there's nobody else in it, so it's like you can either be the best or you can be the first, and like I'd rather just be the first, and just that honestly, because especially in this market, like you're competing in saturated markets, e-com agency, like all these classic info stuff. It's hard to be the best, dude. Like it's like, but then there's these people who aren't the best, but they're just the first in these random markets. And so I think another thing too, I know Alan Sultanich said this, where he's like, if you want to publish an offer like a market, go to like the books for dummies and see all the different categories there, and then see if they made like point two, like 2.0 version of it,
Mm-hmm.
or like a new edition that implies people are paying for it, and then just launch an info product in that space.
Wow. Okay, so there's hidden methods here to find. the
Yeah.
uh, the niches and offers and things.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So guys, we can either we could take advantage of the feminist movement. We'll go after the female business
Let's
leaders.
help them, bro.
Yeah,
They're
we're gonna
underserved. Bunch
help
of
them
bro
out.
marketers.
There you go. And then I do have one final question here, and I want to know about how long have you been publishing for?
It'll be like 4 years.
Okay, so when was your first win, and then what did the beginning of it kind of look like, and then how did it evolve over time? And I mean like first, let's say larger win per se.
First big win was like, because I did launches in the past for clients and like basically all the money. But I think I never forget like when we did a launch for one of the offers and we did like 115K in a couple days. And I was like, wait a second, I get 50% of this. The same amount of work I did for client work. Like that was crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a second. And then like going to the bank and then wiring out my partner's like cut and just being like, yeah, like it's just like that's so sick. Like sitting in the bank and being like how much you wire out? Like, yeah, 50,000, just send it to them. And like my partner's just chilling, like, yeah, thanks. Like that honestly, I love that. Like even like every month when I do distributions with my partners, it's like so fun. Like they're just getting paid, like, dude, just be my face. And
Yeah.
I get my cut. And it's just that's really cool to me, think like how much they're making from it. And so that was big. And then obviously, I mean, my first early deals, just like the little things I learned along the way were also really fun. There's, little moments here and there. But I think that was the biggest thing. I'm like, dude, you know what client work I would have to do for 50,000? I'm like, we did that in a week. That's when I was like, started thinking bigger. And now it's like, we're going for bigger launches. Like the next one we're working on now with the affiliates, everything we have, it's like, bro, could we do 1 million? Like, could we do 10x that? Because people do that. Like, and I'm like, dude, it's just more traffic. You just keep a really good offer, run it up. And so I think that's when I was like, dude, that was big. And then over time, you evolve skill sets. And now the next evolution is me like duplicating myself in a fulfillment partner so I can like deploy SEAL Team 6 into offers. So now we're like training up. Like I was this dude, I did a test project and we're like one of our students, an offer publisher, I saw, I was like, I could like tell him, like, I think he has it. And I was like, I'm going to wait. And I told him like months before, I'm like, dude, you're on my list of people I want to hire someday. And then like later, I was like, decide like now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
And I had him come on, and he absolutely crushed like the new build that we did. And now I sent him the next deal. So I feel pretty confident that we've duplicated myself and him. And then we have our funnel designer who we just pay one off. So I don't do a split with him. It's just pay him one time. He's elite and he's like dedicated to just my projects now. And then we just hired a project manager, virtual like assistant project manager to come in to help everything. So now I'm like coming above to CEO level where I just consult and like see if I could like deploy into teams and like build front end offers to existing back end and just like get a cut and just like see if I can take my team every 90 days to a new big offer.
Yeah.
And just crush it for them.
So you're going more big picture now.
Yeah, it's like, but again, I'm not trying to have a bunch of deals at once. Like we only have like right now, I have only two active publishing deals. So it's not like I'm doing like a bunch. Like some people think I'm doing a ton. I'm not. I just like have a bunch of wins from them, and I obviously do consulting on the side. But I don't want like no more than 3. Like I never want 3. But some of them are just like launches. So he's going for a launch, and then we're done with them. So some of them are one off. So I'm trying to go bigger picture. Where, like I have my team. Like I just want like my SEAL Team 6 that could be operators that I could just deploy, and we go in and we just crush it, and we have our set standard like processes and we become the best at that and just do it that way. I don't really want to build a team or ongoing like payroll. Like I'm not trying to build a culture or that. Like I'm not doing that. Like that's not really. I'm just trying to go at it,
I want to
stack
say
cash.
fast and lean, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%. Because I'm not trying to go. Because I'm back in the agency game.
Yeah.
I got out of that for a reason.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a people manager person, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. That does make sense. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. So, Josh, appreciate your time, man.
Great
And
question. Thank you for asking.
using your course, I'm gonna sign my first client.
Heck yeah,
Hopefully
bro.
within the next
Partner,
week.
not client. Partner.
Excuse me, my next partner, my first partner.
You
Hopefully
shifting.
in the next
Breaking
week, but
free.
it's gonna happen no matter what.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, with that being said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for day 12.